I know some seriously big, strong, massive muscle people who cannot do that movement. For me, it's not how many, it's the quality of one. This is a disengagement of everything except for abdominals. And now if I make it harder, put your hands above your head, that's even harder, because now this is much heavier for this, because there's greater weight. If I want to make it harder, I put a ball up here. But don't put a ball up yet. Make it so that the foot goes here. So we take away every support structure. So this is postural control. Now, it's only one plane. Do you want to do it straight there? Just to show you. This is an easier variation of that. So, don't get me wrong, we do lots of sit-ups. We do medicine ball, we do Swiss ball, we do wall bar, we do throwing, we do twisting, we do catching. But predominantly, after every single session, we do this. Sometimes, Joachim, we do the... Where's Joachim here? I can't see him here. I can't see him. We do an awareness. Make the abdominals switch on before we train. But not much, like you do. Very small, just to make it aware. Now, this gets harder and harder and harder. I can make this more difficult, or I can make it easy, depending. I used to do 1,000 sit-ups a day. I had a bad back for 4 years. What was I doing 1,000 sit-ups? My event was 10 jumps. Then I can make the sit-up on a wall bar. Then I can make a sit-up into a V-sit. I can do variations. What ones have you got? You want to do 90 degrees push-pull. Remember Charles Atlas? You remember the magazines? Charles Atlas. Big power. He did isometric training to make his body strong. If you go to the jungle, you look at a lion stand next to a tree, pushes against the tree, and a lion makes his muscles strong by pushing. Look at a dog in the morning. A dog gets up. That's how they make their muscles strong. It's called isometric. We've forgotten the simplest thing. This is an isometric exercise. You hands here, we push here, and we push here, and we make this rock solid. And we do it for 15 seconds, and she's breathing. So my diaphragm is now working, while my top muscle is now strong. So I can have strong, tense muscle, and still breathe. And still breathe. So I can run with good posture. 15 seconds, thanks very much. Now we can make that more difficult, but with a flat back here, has to be flat, 60 degrees, the lower abdominals. Push and pull as hard as we can. And breathing, if you look at Jules, she's breathing through her lungs here. And let's go to plow if we can. This is very important for the human, is to get all the way around in a plow. If you turn your head, there'll be a problem. The shape here is too straight, which guess where she has surgery? Here. With the shape here, the curve needs to be a continuous curve. If it's flat, this is a problem, because it means this is tight, this becomes too long. Everything is connected. So if something is wrong here, something will be wrong here. And then you can open and close the legs, like a pair of scissors, and you can have straight legs. And relax, Jules. Thanks very much. Yeah, and then this is a variation later on, where you just have body control, because your back and everything else is controlled, all the way through. And this is Pilates. I steal everything. Pilates. The reformer you can use. It's very fantastic machine. But the body is controlled. And there's variations. You can go left and right. Do you want to do the crucifix just right now? Can you do that to me? Okay. Well, I'll do the variations on it. So just that you see. So we can have a variation where we go here to here, through there, and then we can do a variation of here, all the way through, and here. Now, I've got many, 100 more things to show you, but we don't have time. So I want to leave space for questions, because Jules is a very good example of someone who's had terrible injury and slowly getting back. And she's been injured many times prior, and she's always come back. So if you've got any questions, we fire the questions we have